1. Okay. Later that evening, Max has returned to his haven. The throbbing of the beast pounding in his head. It has been far, far too long since Max has had to deal with the possibility of hunger frenzies. And he just keeps looking at his retainers and one of his herd, and he cannot hear the beast wanting to feed from them. And this is the first time he's ever experienced that in his 15 years. It's like, it's right there, Max. Why can't you eat it? This doesn't make sense. This doesn't make sense. And then his phone rings. He snarls at the phone. And then he realizes it's just a cell phone. God, I put an OtterBox on this thing. What? Realizing who the caller is.
Mr. Hardcastle, I have things set up for you. I'll send you the address we need to meet up at.
Fine.
To get things rolling, take the guests along.
Fine. Click.
Beep, beep. Text message letting you know the address.
30 minutes later, they show up at the address. Where is the address anyway?
Nothing major about the address except for a small thing. It has a helicopter pad with a helicopter on it with Leo right there waving you to come along. It's a nice looking helicopter of all things.
Max will not run, but he is definitely moving with motivation behind him as Drescher has to jog to keep up.
Yeah.
And he walks straight up to Leo and is like, "Where?"
Get it. Please get in. Please get in. Shouting, please get in, because the propellers started running the moment Leo saw you and said something to the inside people.
Max climbs in. Drescher, his chief bodyguard, is just like, "Am I getting in too?" Looking at Leo like, "Am I getting in too?"
Points a seat for him.
Okay. Max climbs in.
Checking that you did bring your guests with you.
Okay, there's 2 herd mates coming, herd members as well.
Just giving them a quick look, just making sure that they're in, seeing they're all tied up, suited up, and getting the helicopter up in the air with Leonardo, the last person to lock up.
Okay.
This is a high-class helicopter. You might notice that if you're not too preoccupied with hunger pangs. And it's heading out to sea.
Max just looks at the water go by, trying to lose himself in the repetitiveness of it. Give him something else to focus on.
Mm-hmm. And as the lights of the city fade from you a bit, and the ocean comes, most of the things you see are ocean, and then the chopper starts to land on a luxury yacht.
This is all very pretty, Leo.
All within purpose, sir. All within purpose. Why don't you take your lovely guests and take a look at the primary suite? See if things have improved for yourself.
Fine.
And we can talk afterwards.
Max goes stomping off to the suite.
Mm-hmm.
There's a term for that. I know what you're talking about, and I can't. It's not forecastle. It's, oh damn it. Yeah, I'm not up on my uber expensive yacht lingo.
Good.
Anyway, Max walks up there, and Drescher kind of shoos the interns is what Max calls them, interns into the master bedroom. Just call it master bedroom for now, fuck it. All right. We're here.
Enjoy yourself, sir. I'll see you at the back. I have a few chessboards set there when you feel sated.
What do you mean sated?
Gives you a cold, hard look when you feel sated. As is in nature, sir. Enjoy life, feast on it if you must. Just please no excesses. We still have a large crew to maintain appearances for.
Max is sitting on the edge of the bed. Leo, I don't understand what the fuck you're talking about.
Points at the interns. I'll leave you and your lovely company to enjoy yourselves, sir.
Yes, but I've tried. I can't feed from them anymore.
Try again.
What? What do you mean?
Yes.
And then Max kind of cocks his head a little bit. Wait a minute. Are you saying we can't feed within New York City grounds?
We'll discuss this later, sir, once you're fed and calmer, correct?
Max just kind of gets this curious look. He looks to the first intern. He does one of these.
Leo excuses himself because he doesn't like people being around when he drinks, so he's extending courtesy.
And Max pop fangs, and in the back of her, or on her neck, or on her like shoulder area that wouldn't be exposed by a low t-shirt.
Well, let's just put it this way. The reaction is more in line with what Mr. Hardcastle has come to expect rather than the recent events. Congratulations, you're feeding. It works.
So you can't feed on New York City soil or New York, the area.
You can try and guess all you want. Leo's up there setting up a chess pieces.
So you're telling, okay, with storyteller approval, I'm assuming Max can feed, get his 6 blood points back, 3 from her, 3 from the other.
Yes. Do you need to make a frenzy check? Not to kill either?
No, he wasn't that low, but the thing is
Okay. We can continue the discussion after you're feeding them.
Okay. Well, okay. Well, Max takes his fill, and it's still a kiss. That's still the kiss, though, right? It's not the grip of the damned flaw.
Oh, it's still definitely the kiss.
On the yacht, it's the kiss. Okay, it's not all right.
Well, unless you have the flaw itself, yes.
No, he doesn't.
Okay. So it's the kiss itself.
Okay. So Max takes his 3 rather quickly, and then grabs the other one without even by your leave, and just takes 3 more, and that will actually put him back to full, or full-ish, because we're assuming we can take care of ourselves before the chaos happened. That's the assumption anyway. Well, the color in Max's cheeks returns. He's got blush of health after all. And he's like, I have missed that for too long. Of course, the interns are all like lightheaded and doozy. Drescher, go get some food for the interns. I don't want them getting anemic on me again. Drescher will turn and be kind of lost as he's looking for a galley or something. And find some.
I think he's more likely to find a steward who'll tell him just, use the in-phone to order.
Oh.
The chef will be happy to make the necessary.
Okay. And then he orders, let's see, they just lost 1.5 pints of blood, so that's going to be plenty of sugar and plenty of meat for protein. So
Don't forget-
soda and pizza all around.
Putting a chef to make pizza. Bravo. Leo would not approve, but he's not there to disapprove either.
So Max will collect himself and feeling a million times better. So it must be you can't feed on the soil, but you can leave New York and have takeout. As Max is buttoning his shirt back up. And here I am without a tie. This is a yacht. Max goes to the closet and starts looking for clothes.
Sadly, none.
Ah. Oh well, I'll take blood points over a nice tie any day. And Max will exit the master bedroom and go look for Leo.
No, who will be on the backside looking over the ocean with the wake of the yacht behind. Looks over to Max and goes, I trust the experience was as it should be.
You mean as it normally is? Yes. Oh, chessboard. And Max will take a seat. As I'm assuming this is like some kind of chessboard where the pieces are like really heavy since we're on a boat and it could
magnetized.
Magnetized, yeah. Okay, that
We're going to have to throw the whole heavy piece out if you want the smaller pieces to fall off.
So this is the secret, huh? You just can't feed on New York City soil or asphalt.
Close to it, I assume. Yes. There's probably easier ways to get one's fill, but I think this is one of the most secure ways to do it.
So is this your luxury yacht?
Oh, no. This is a rental.
That's why you need the 20 grand.
Rental, you lubricate. The people here are specialized and have a high respectability for keeping their clients' secrets. They've already had 1 or 2 business dealings with me. So they know to expect company guests, me, come, go.
I had Drescher dredge up some food for the interns.
Oh, please. The chef has some fame of his own.
Yeah, but knowing Drescher, it's probably pizza and beer or something stupid.
No.
The man did not have a refined palate, mortal or kindred.
I trust that I'll not go as far as to assume that I even need to ask. I'll trust the fellow went through the man's their own head. So that's on you. Everything else should be on me and should be as secure as I possibly could make it under such damn short warning.
Well, this is interesting. And we expect a solution to our current problem within a matter of weeks?
The sheriff believes to have the source, as you would, identified. Or not necessarily the source or the cause, let's say an anchor point for the mystical effect. We'll put it to test. He's given me details. I hope to use them to gift someone a nice week or 2 in a spa, say in Staten Island. So they get to enjoy the effect for a week or 2.
Oh, I see what he's doing. He's not just getting rid of the weapon, he's turning the weapon to our advantage.
As suggested by Herr Kuckler and myself. He was more inclined to bullets, heads, permanent solutions.
Well, Occam's razor does have a point in philosophy, but would be wise to use the enemies, or to use the weapons of the enemies against them. Hard to argue that logic too.
Which, along other things, will alleviate some of the pressures. I hope that Tremere and their little blood trade is seeing more business than I have so far.
I see. I wonder if you could feed in a helicopter.
Theoretically, yes. The catch is the helicopter needs to go somewhere or it starts to look a little bit silly. And helicopter might not be the best place for a hungry kindred to feed in.
Well, me and an intern at 5,000 feet in the air. Actually, 5,000 feet would only be a 50-story building. 10,000.
Yeah, but you and a trainer, suddenly you find your beast to take over, and we have a news of a helicopter accident. The worst case scenario is always something to think about.
Well,
yeah, something might happen, but it's a controlled environment for the best part.
Fair enough. So how are you at chess anyway?
I consider myself fairly good.
I was never very good. Of course, I was also playing against 400-year-old chess masters too. That made me look like an epileptic schoolchild attempting to play chess. There's just no being fair when you're playing a 400-year-old grandmaster of chess. You're just not going to win.
Well, I think you'll find me not to be a 400-year-old grandmaster, chess or otherwise.
Actually, if you'd permit me, Max reaches down, and whichever side he has, black or white, doesn't matter.
You actually have the whites.
Huh?
The white side is pointed towards whoever happened to sit opposite to Leo.
Max starts rearranging the pieces a little bit. Actually, another game that I find that should be more appropriate to our lineage, if you would, and he starts rearranging the pieces into a checkerboard, is the American game of checkers. And I know that sounds a little odd considering coming from a German-trained Ventru, but if you were to look at your pieces, you have king, queen, rook, knight, pawn, and all, etc., right? Well, everybody looks at that queen as the most important piece on the board. And those who play chess regularly realize the king is the most important piece on the board, right? Well, that puts value over certain pieces over other certain pieces. For example, the queen is worth more than the rook is worth more than the knight, or the knight is worth more than the rook, however your play style is. And of course, all are more important than pawns. But ultimately, in our immortal chess game that we play, isn't everything a pawn? Shouldn't they all be equal? And then he looks to the chessboard, and in checkers, all pieces are equal. They're all equally useless. Or they're all, shouldn't say useless, but they're all equally important in the grand scheme of things, until you get to the other side and you king them, which could be a metaphor for choosing a retainer.
Well, that is to a degree. However, I feel you are leaving something from the metaphor.
What's that?
The king is the most important piece on the board, as the prince should be in a city. There is no denying the fact. Because if one head gets chopped off, at the very least, the enemy in a city gains a distinct advantage. On a checkerboard, the game is over. If you consider yourself to be the king, well, you lose your head, your game is pretty much done. So, This teaches you to be wary with the king, the most important piece for yourself. The queen is the most useful piece on the board because it can fulfill at least two functions simultaneously. Bishop and the tower. Horse is the one surprise on the table because of its movement. Predictable to a degree, but definitely different from everybody else. This teaches you to look out for the wild cards in the city. Towers are the solid ones. You know where they are going, you know where they start from. Not too many opening moves if you want to move your towers. Predictable, if you will. The pawns are valued least. Until the situation on the board changes and it's the pawn who decides whether you're checking the king or checkmating. And as everybody knows, the pawn that makes it to the other side gets elevated.
True.
Do neonates who manage to advance themselves far enough.
No, it's a good thing Mr. DeWitt's not here. He may take offense to that, the king being moved by somebody else.
Well, I think even Mr. DeWitt will recognize that he has some boons he owes to some people. And can be moved through those boons.
Well, that's true. Wonder how many players are moving him.
I hope to never find out.
That's true. If we do find out, we suddenly open up a new world of problems.
I think it might be the equivalent of finding yourself on the opposite side of the board and trying to figure out what kind of a non-pawn would you like to be. And the higher you value yourself and place yourself, the more likely you are to be the next target of everything else on the board.
That is true. That is true. Well, I appreciate the game of chess, regardless. The chessboard never actually got touched, but well, not all chess games involve pieces.
It is always a game of chess, is it not?
Pretty much. Well, I'm going to take my leave. I'm going to return with my interns. I'm sure they'll probably sleep it off in the helicopter on the way back.
Or if you are so inclined, you could spend the rest of the evening here.
I'd prefer to sleep in my own haven.
Fair enough.
But boating accidents happen a lot more frequently than multi-million-dollar hotels collapse in on themselves.
However, for the record, a boating accident is something that will not leave me vulnerable to the sun. It's pretty dark when you get far enough out.
Neither will a hotel collapsing on you, but by then it's irrelevant. So either way, thank you for the game and have a good evening.
Thank you for your patronage, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I think I'll take the chopper as well. I need to meet with a few other people about such opportunities.
Yes. And do enjoy your little profitable venture you have.
You would not believe how much money it drains to make this happen.
Oh, I can imagine. These yachts don't rent cheap. He kind of looks around. But yes, we should probably also organize another family meeting as soon as is convenient.
I have the permission orders the clan seeks to fulfill.
Yes, quite so. And certain issues that need to be discussed as well, he says in a slightly threatening tone to no one in particular.
Well, that is what the boardroom is for. to keep
Yes.
everybody else thinking that there is no need for even to talk of such things.
Yes. And with that, Max returns to the helicopter with Drescher and two of his interns in tow.
And Leo and the whole fun party moves back to the city. We'll close the scene with the helicopter lifting off.